we had started the progressive podcast. Now, this is a different playlist. So, whenever we are talking about art or artistic movies or anything related to art, obviously we are talking about the progressives, people who are having progressive mindset. They have, this patience, perseverance. They are very open to experiences and humanity, relationships. Why we are doing it? When you actually want to write a great movie, you know the movie will be based on human interactions, situation, plot points, events unfolding, plot, character, spectacle, then your language you use in dialogue, the music you add, sound, music, the visual part of the film, the way it looks, taking everything into account, set design, art direction, production design, then mise en scène, and then how you are lighting the scene, how you are composing the shots, how long you are keeping the shot, the duration takes, is it a long take, why you are going for that. Sometimes you feel like doing it, sometimes you go for a deliberate choice, you are going from this position to this position, sometimes you are using zooms, sometimes you are using cuts, montage, and you are putting the shots together and it is having a different meaning altogether. But during that entire process, when you are starting out writing that movie, you have something in your mind, you want the movie to be like that, you want to tell the story, you want to talk about these characters, you want to put those characters in that situation, you want to talk about the interaction among the characters or between the characters, and the way they interact, the way they go through a situation together, or maybe different people at different places. They are like something is happening to them, they are going through something, and eventually you will see that there is a narrative thread, there is something that is keeping the story forward. You can resolve it at the last, or you can leave the audience with a question. But whatever you do, these are the things when we talk about the making part of the film or writing part of the film. When you are writing the film, the script itself, when you are directing the cast and crew, bringing people together, when you are making the film, we can talk about those things. And each and every step of the filmmaking process, you are faced with situations where you have to make some choices. While you are writing the script, maybe you are writing in solitude, or maybe you are writing with other people, you are trying to tell this story in a particular way. You want to write these kind of characters. Something motivated you. Maybe you are adapting a novel that is already having those characters, those situations. You are adapting the novel and you are changing few things if you need to change to make it more cinematic, to tell the story in a much more cinematic way. But you are telling the thing the author is trying to say, or you are giving them the experience, the experience of the novel and the experience of the movie. Sometimes people talk about these things. The novel was better, the movie was better, and it depends a lot on the director, because ultimately the cinematic medium, how you are dealing with those characters, how you are, making the movie, and ultimately the cinematic experience can bring you to the novel if you haven't read the novel. So it can have that impact, an introduction to those characters, an introduction to the situation, the theme, and all these things. But if you are writing from scratch, then also you have to talk about those characters, those situations, those conflicts, interactions, and the story. Something is happening. So when you do that, before writing, your inspiration can be from anything. You are open towards that. you are learning from a lot of things. For some people, creating some shit can be, they can sell it to you that is a great thing, that is a great thing, but ultimately you will feel that when you are listening to an opera, when you are listening to, a great uh, musical performance, when you are listening to or watching a great movie, you will see that, you will feel that something great you are watching, something great you are experiencing, right? So that is the thing we are talking about. You are creating something and you're not telling people that is this, that is this, you are selling it in different ways. We are not talking about those things. Rather, when you actually write those characters, you write the dialogue, you write those scenes, you write the entire story and the events unfolding, the narrative, how it is progressing, or you can play with the narrative a lot, how the events are unfolding and how you are structuring it in the script, or you are structuring it in the editing table after you have done the shooting. You have the shots ready, you have the dailies, and how you are putting things together. Sometimes specifically what you are going to show in the movie because it is written in the script. Sometimes you are doing a lot of improvisation, you are playing with things, you are tweaking, you are trying this, you are trying that, you are going for visual effects, you are going for animation, you are going for special effects, so that you can tell the story in a much better way. Maybe something you missed during the shoot, you can go for the shoot again, or you can use some VFX. What you are going to do, you are going for a shoot again, or you are going for a VFX. So few tweaks you can do so that you can tell the story in a better way. But ultimately, when it comes to the story, it is the story, in the that cinematic experience you are having. But again and again, what I want to mention is, when you are open towards those experiences, you are enjoying art, you are inspired by art, you are taking a lot of motivation and inspiration from art. When you are doing that, when you are writing, when you are actually doing that, when you are writing those characters, when you are writing those stories, when you are making those movies, you will see that you want to make the movie in a great way. You want to tell the story in a great way, and so many things are coming together to tell the movie. Because you are learning, you are making yourself as a director, as an author, as an author, you are making the movie in that way. A lot of decisions you are taking, you are guiding your cast and crew, and people are coming with their artistic inclinations, but when they are telling that particular story, they are telling that particular story. But they are having a huge toolbox, or they are having a huge repertoire which they can bring, they can study, they can learn during the making of the film, and before the making of the film, to do something particular. But they are coming with a lot of things. Now, how you manage those things, and you tell the story, and you bring a lot from the cast and crew, and they are very happy to give a lot to the film, and ultimately it is the story. So when you are doing that, what we are doing is, when you want to make that kind of movie or those movies, you need to be actually very open to art, you need to be actually very open to humanity, and you need to experience humanity, you need to love people, you need to tell a story, you need to love those experiences. When you do that, you will see that people will relate to it. The way you created a particular scene, the way you wanted to make a movie in a particular way, the way you directed the actors, the way you got acting from the actors, the way you edited the movie, the way you used light, shots, then your takes, composition, movement of the camera, the way you used all these things, you will see that people will understand that you are telling something great, you are telling the story in a great way, an experience they are having in each scene. Sometimes when you are really great with telling movies, a 10 to 15 seconds scene will have the mood of the movie, or what you are trying to say. You will get some idea about the movie, and when you are genuine about writing the movie, you will see that those 10, 15 seconds, or less than that, even 5 seconds or 6 seconds or 4 seconds or 2 seconds of a movie that will be important for you. And based on that, maybe you are cutting the dialogue, based on that, maybe you are cutting the scene, based on that, maybe you are arranging the thing, So each and everything matters when you are telling a story in a great way. So in that way, when you know all these things, you know when you are tackling this subject, what kind of acting you are expecting from the actors.